guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is Shabby Saturday, so I've got a really lovely project for you today, and I've been looking forward to doing this one. We are going to make a lovely picture. Now I've got this beautiful picture frame. I've got lots of little bits of lace. I've got this lovely bottle. I got these that we made. I think the video went out yesterday, so I'm not sure whether you've had time to make any, but there's some lovely little, I wasn't quite sure what to call them, but they are sort of like a little wire and pearl decor of some sort you can use. Now I did make some to put into my plants and I love them. So I've made these, so it's just, they're lovely. And now they are to go inside the bottle for our picture. So I'm going to pop this to the side. This is a little glass bottle. Now there are lots of different ways you can do this. This is how I'm going to do it. So this is a little flat bottle. You don't have to have a bottle. You could use just like a little container or something if you've got something. This one's got this beautiful stopper, but I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the bottle. So it's a little glass bottle. We have some velvet ribbon. I have got some pearls. I'm not going to be using these, I don't think, but I just wanted to give you some other sort of like ideas on how you can decorate things, how you can decorate it. And I've got some beautiful bits of lace, which are lovely. So obviously I'm not going to be using all of these, but I can show you different ways that it can look. I've got some doilies as well. Oh, we've got a little pearl. Pop that in the pot. That's a little pink one. I will use that at some point, but we shall see. So we've got some lovely doilies there. Some more of the lovely lace trim. Oh, I just love it. And then, of course, we have this beautiful velvet. Now I'm going to be using this velvet, and I'm also going to be using this sort of, I think it's a sort of satiny sort of fabric, which are beautiful. So I'm going to be using both of those. This is the frame. Now this is a very sort of old wooden frame that I have. Now I've picked this up from a car boot yonks ago. I've got another 2 or 3 of them as well. They're not as ornate as this, but it's just beautiful, and it's been sat there waiting for me to do something with. So today is the day. It's the same as this little bottle. This has been sat on my shelf for I don't know how long, and I knew I wanted to make something pretty, but I wasn't quite sure. So don't worry about those little hoardy bits that you've got in your craft room, because you will use them at some point. Now this came like that. It didn't have a back on it. So what I've done, this is a piece of chipboard. This is from the back of my watercolor pad, my big one, the A3 one. So what I've done, it was obviously a rectangle. I put it on there like that, and then I just drew around it like that and then cut it out. I've also marked it as well. Now if I turn this over, you can see this is the little top bit where we hang it from. It's a little bit rusty, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that. And what I've done, I cut it out, and then because it was quite a bit wibbly wobbly to cut out, I've marked on here, the top here, I'll just put a line down there and a line here so I can match the little marks up. So when I put it in, I know, if I can get it in, that is the way it's going to go. Not that I can actually get that in there. Just what I mean. So I know that fits nice and snugly in there, like that. And then I measured this, so it was, level. As level as I can be. Not that dark line, because I made a bit of a mistake. It's this line here. And that is where I'm going to do one. I'm going to put the silky fabric at the bottom and my lovely velvet at the top. So it's going to have 2 sections on there. So what I've done, I've just made sure that it's pretty straight, because doing it like this, you know what I mean, I'm not going to hold it up, so I need to make sure that I've got a sort of straight line. I'm hoping that's sort of straight. I think it is. but we shall see. So I'm not doing anything with this. I'm going to leave it as it is because it's just beautiful. Can you see? It's just so lovely. Really, really old. So I'm going to pop that to the side because we don't need that for the moment. We're going to concentrate on this. So my idea, so if you want to follow along with me, if you want to stay with me while I do it, is I'm going to cover the bottom with this lovely piece, like that. I'm going to cover the top with this piece, like so. So when we put this on, like that, I want this to be, this one just to be a little bit higher than this, so it's not quite in half. So when we put the bottle on, like that, it's going to sit on sort of halfway, not halfway, just under halfway, if you know what I mean. So the only other thing is attaching this bottle, because obviously it's a bottle, it's glass. I don't want to put a big blob of super glue or glue gun on there and stick it on, because we're going to see straight through it. So the other thing I was thinking of is maybe wrapping some wire around here and attaching it to the back. But I'm putting these in there then, like that. So when it's up on the wall, these will dangle down. So that's my idea. So the first thing that I need to do is cover this back piece. Right, so what I have done is, well, I took a little bit, this is where I cut it from. You can see that I've cut that out. But I tested 2 pieces of fabric on here. This one I actually just stuck down with a bit of glue stick to see how well it would stick, and it's not fabulous. It's been on there about 20 minutes. That one stuck a bit better. And this one is with fabric glue. And this one is quite hard to take off. So I'm going to stick it down with fabric glue. And this one as well. If you pull it hard, no, that's not going to come off at all. But the only other thing, I was looking to see if it would seep through, and it hasn't. So obviously I don't want any glue marks on there. So that's the fabric glue that I will be using to stick that down. So I just did a little tester on that. Right, let's put these bits out of the way. I'm going to get a piece of this. So again, you don't have to have an oval frame. You can just have a little square frame. Doesn't even have to be this big. Just test it out on a small frame. Now what I'm going to do, I think, I need to obviously cut this quite straight. So I'm going to just snip a little bit off, because we don't need all of this fabric. Then I can pop that away over there. Pop that down there, and then I'm going to take a little bit of this. I want the velvety one. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously it's rougher going that way, so it would be quite nice if it sort of like went down, if you know what I mean. I've got bits of glue gun everywhere. So I'm going to take a piece of this and just cut this off. I probably should have cut it first. But that can go down. I'm going to just take that and cut that. Cut the way, all the way across there like that. Ooh. And then up like that. Okay, those pieces can go to the side. Now I think I need to cut this off level, so we've got 2 nice level edges, and I've got my little rotary cutter, little Fiskus one, and my little board. I'm trying to get everything ready as I do, so hopefully I'm going to go this way. Now it goes down like that, so I need it to be sort of straight, so I'm just going to cut this down. Let's start at the top. Let's take this little, let's cut this little double bit off. We don't want that bit, do we? Because I'm going to stick it down, and then I think I will just cut around it once it's stuck down. So we've got, you know, it's nice and tidy. Let's try and get this straight as we can. And all these little bits will be going into my pot. I'm going to just stand up for this. So I'm going to go. Did that cut? Lovely. Going to move that up and just cut this little bit. There we go. Now look, you can see it just frays quite a lot. But once that's stuck down, I think that will be fine. So that's that one. Which way? That's the back. Oh, maybe I should have ironed this one. I think maybe stuck down, I think we should be okay. Get all the wrinkles out. Oops. Did that cut? Doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm going to pop a little bit of lace in between. But I just wanted it, you know, pretty straight, so that we start off. Once it's started off straight, it's a lot easier, isn't it, to work with, sort of wibbly wobbly. There we go. That can go in my little scrap box. Take these two pieces, pop them over there. Right. There we go. So this one can stick. Let's get all these little bits out of the way. Want to stick along this little line there, like that. And then this piece will stick along like that. So not what, I think I'll probably, let me just put that up. Like that. What's that? So that looks sort of straight. And then this will just sit over the top. Right. Let's just do it. Let's just stick it on. I'll just stick that on. Like that. I'm going to take some glue. So this is just a, I'm going to, oh, what's that? What have I done? Oh. Oh. Let's just squeeze this out. This is quite thick, this stuff. But I'm going to just blob it down. Probably make a big mess. I've got one of my cards. I'm just going to squidge it on. Like that, right to the edge. Just so we've got a thin layer, then we know that it's not going to sort of like ooze out everywhere. Look at me. I should have got, oh, I didn't get it where. Should have put a bit of paper down, shouldn't I? Squeeze that down. Okay. Lovely. I'm going to do it like this so I can see a little better. And hopefully you guys can see a little better as well. So I'm just going to lie that on that line. Because we don't want any little bubbles in it. We want it to be nice and flat. And yeah, we don't want any gluey bits in there. So make sure that your glue is very, very thin. You don't have any clumps, then that's going to lie pretty flat, isn't it? So that's nice, isn't it? That looks good. Little bubble in there, little crease. Yeah, it may have been a good idea to iron it, but that's not bad, is it? Let me just hold that up so I can just see. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What do you think? I'll just give it a quick snip around the outside. Now this, I'm not going to go right up to the edge. but I don't really want to stick it, or maybe I should have done it a little bit bigger, and I could have stuck it round the edge. Okay, that can go in my little scrap box. Okay, could have probably just stick it around there like that then. Is that too thin? Ooh, a little bit. So when you do it, make sure you got a little border around here. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? So let me just pop a little bit of glue just around the edge. Not that it really matters, because it's going to cover up with the frame anyway, isn't it? So let's just pop this, and I'd rather have this card showing at the back than sort of like bits of fabric everywhere. I don't want to do it too big. Let's just squeeze that in. It's going to be a little bit tight around this side. Okay, let me just, for a second, just get some of my little clips on here. Let's just hold that like that. Pop a little clip on like that. Oh, it might just about fit on there. There we go, just covers that up. That's okay. There we go. Yeah, definitely, if you're going to cover one of these like this, definitely leave a bigger border. That was a bit silly of me, wasn't it? Let's take this one off. Ooh, ping. Stick that one up there, like that. Fabulous. Love that. Okay, let's put this little frame over there. Loving it. Okay, now we need to take this piece. So that the fabric, the velvet goes down that way. So I just, looks like a little egg. Should have done this one as an Easter one, shouldn't I? Okay, do you think those are stuck? It's pretty good. Okay, let's take our glue. This one is a little bit bigger. Do you think that just spreads the glue? Didn't know that came out like that. Yes, I'm glad I using the fabric glue instead of a glue stick, because I do love glue stick, but as we know, it's not always very reliable. Let's just to make sure that's really gluey there. I expect you could probably use sort of like that contact adhesive or spray adhesive, couldn't you? Would probably work as well. I do have some, but I didn't think about that. I haven't had it very long, so I'm not used to sort of using it. So I didn't really think about it, but you could, yeah, a little spray adhesive would probably work really quite well. I think some little ones of these would be nice, wouldn't they, to go on your desk. Not necessarily have those things in them, the little pearly things in, but you could pop a little flower or something in there, couldn't you? Right, I think that looks pretty much covered. Let's take this piece. I'm just going to sort of bring it in like that so we don't make too much mess. That did curl up and I need to bring it down. Okay, I'm liking that. Oh, so pretty. Now, again, you don't have to put it in half either. You can just make one. Probably easier to just have one fabric on there. Okay, that looks good. That looks really good, doesn't it? Oh, I love it. I love it. Right, shall we cut around here? Now, definitely going to make a bigger cut around. Just hoping actually that it's going to fit in my frame. I should have made this tiny bit smaller, shouldn't I? Because we've got the fabric in there taking up a little bit of room. I didn't think. I'm not good at this, am I? Maybe as we go along I will get better at it. Do you know what I mean? The little bit of... I think we should be alright. We should be alright. Let's just... That's okay. Let's just do this. Do you think I need to cut little slits in here? Or do you think it will just fold around? It's quite, maybe I should put little slits in. Just so it folds around a little bit better. It would have been so much easier if I just picked a rectangle one, wouldn't it? A rectangle frame would have made my life a little bit easier, but that's okay. We don't want to be too easy, do we? Let's just push that down. That's better. A little bit of glue. I'm going to go all the way around because it goes a little bit tacky, and I think that's the best way to stick it when it's got that little bit of tackiness to it. Let's just pop the lid on. Fold that in. Fold these bits in. Lovely, lovely. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do next week. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know. If you've got some ideas of what you would like me to make or have a go at, just let me know. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. Oh, fabulous. Love it. Right, that's a bit gluey there. Let me just get a wet wipe and just wipe that off, because I don't want to get glue all over this, do I? Have we done it? Okay, fabulous. So it goes that way. That looks pretty level, doesn't it? Does it? Does it look a bit lopsided? Let's get our frame and have a look and see. Now, if I push this in, do you think it's going to get stuck. Not really. I'm not going to put it all the way in, but look at that. Oh, I do like that. Love it. I have to keep checking just to make sure it is working. Now, the next thing I was thinking, that what I am going to do, I'm going to take a lovely piece of lace and just pop it over that join there, like that. And then our little bottle is going to go on like this. And then those are going to come out. So again, like I said, if you watch the video for these, you know, it wasn't vital you made them to go with this project, but I think if you could even have flowers in here. I do believe you can get like little hooks so these can come on and off, or you could get like one of those little test tube ones that you could put on there and pop a flower in there or something, couldn't you? So there's all sorts of different ways, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like that. But I've got different ones. I've got different thicknesses of this, which is just sort of like lacy trim. I've got this great big thick one like that, but I think that's just a bit too big on there because it's such a tiny little bottle. This sort of like overwhelms it a little bit. Or you can have a little doily that's over the whole thing and put this on. I've got lots of different sort of doilies. I've got sort of like this lovely one. And you have a bottle. You don't have to have a bottle. You could make a little flower. You could have a little handmade flower, fabric flower in there. Just, I mean, I've got lots of little sort of doilies on there. But it's all sorts. Little white ones on there. Could have a couple on there. Lovely. But I'm just going to go for... Oh, I've got this little pink piece. I don't know where this came from, but look at that. That's just beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? I quite like that one. But I think I'm going to go, this is the one that I wanted. I'm going to go with the little bit of lace. I love shabby things, but I don't like too much lace, if you know what I mean. I don't like layers and layers and layers of it. I like it sort of like a little bit. But I think that will look just so pretty. Okay, sorry, let's carry on. Let's carry on. I'm going to put that to the side so I know which piece I'm going to be using. And also, I just wanted to give you other ideas as well. I've got some, this necklace I was going to use on our pin cushion. But again, hanging it off a little bottle. How pretty would that be? I have this little beautiful little pearl necklace, and look at that clasp. It's got just a beautiful clasp on it, and you could just sort of like hang them like that, so that you've got the clasp showing and it sort of like hangs over. This one I have, which is a necklace which has just got lots of little sort of little hearts and dingly danglies and a little bit of bling on there. Just so you can have it hanging off a bottle as well. So lots of different ways. And this bigger one, look at this beautiful pearl. I got a few of these lovely pearls. You could just have pearls hanging in your frame. Let's twist that round, or around the frame. Do you know what I mean? So there's all sorts of lots of different ways that you can use things. You don't have to just use the same things that I'm using. Right, guys, I need to figure out now how I'm going to put this on like that. And I'll probably just trim this around there because I don't want that tucked in the frame because it's going to be too big, too thick. So if we put that on like that, and then I need to figure out the middle of here so we can make 2 holes. I think I'll make the 2 holes where the lace is going to go over the top so we don't see. What do you think? If it goes sort of like Don't want to make too big a holes. I'm going to measure it actually. Gosh, I'm going to do some measuring. So that is it going to be easier in centimeters? So that's about 25. So it's going to be, it's going to be 12 is the middle. 12 and a half is the middle, isn't it? I'm going to come down lower. So it's going to be, that's the middle. And how big is the bottle? Going to, so if it's 12 and a half, the middle, gonna have to do it 11 and a half and 13 and a half. So we'll do it 11 and a half. I need to make a hole there and a hole there. Okay, so that should be then the middle of there. And if I put wire around, that should hold it. So I need to make a hole there and a hole there somehow. Now, where's my wire? Right, I'm going to use a little bit of this. Let's take this out. Let's make it longer because we can always cut it off. This is going to have to go around here, isn't it? Like this. So if we bend this on, so I want to hold that on. So do you know what I mean? So when it's hanging, it will hold it on like that. I'm hoping I can do this. Let's just take, this needs to go like that so it's straight. Okay, actually I could probably make a bigger hole, or should I just do 2 holes? Oh, I don't know. Let's just work this out. So they don't need to be that big, do they? Don't want it too tight. It needs to come. Brain is working. You're probably going, I know what to do. Do you know what to do, guys? Please tell me. Please tell me. Give me a little idea. Let's just make these straight. That will go around. Oh gosh, I haven't made that very round, have I? Could do with something. Not that it really matters. It doesn't need to be really wide. But I'm going to bend this one a little bit further out because I don't want them together, do we? So if I do that, that goes in, that can go around the neck, and I don't want them this side, they need to be a little further in, don't they? So I could put them in. Okay, I'm going to make a little hole. Good job I got something covering this up. Little hole in between those two. So that will be this one and this one. So you're not going to be able to see those little because it's going to be behind the bottle anyway. So that's good. So that will hold on. That will go in there. That will go in there. And on the back I can just bend them back, can't I? So it would be like sticking in like a little brad, basically, then bending them around the other side. Oh, I hope so. I hope this is going to work. I'm going to take my little foamy pad. I'm going to take my little awl and I'm going to make a hole straight the way through. There we go, one there and one there. Okay, let's see. Let's make these straight, would be good. What do you think? That goes in. There we go. and then those will just go backwards. What do you think? That go in? Like that. Like a little brad that will just pop through. I think it needs to be a little bit tighter. But there we go, that's perfect. That will work. Oh, happy girl. Let's just make this a little bit, I think it needs to be a little bit tighter. So I'm going to just bend this one just around a little bit. Ooh, this is tough. That can go in. What do you think? Is that better? You can probably buy clips like this. Let's stick that on there. That's better. That's tighter, isn't it? Fabulous. Okay guys, that's that sorted. Let's pop that on there. I don't want these holes to be too big. Do you think I should put a little eyelet in there? Think that will rip? Think I can get an eyelet? I don't think I'll get an eyelet in there, will I? Well, I can always, if it does, if I feel it's like wibbly wobbly, I can always take it off and add an eyelet, because I'm not covering the back. Not yet anyway. I will make it tidy. I know you ladies like it to be tidy. I'm going to cover the bottom of my boxes as well. So, that I made the other day. Okay, what do you reckon? That's pretty good, isn't it? So I'm going to, and those will just go through the little holes in the lace. Fabulous. I'm going to glue gun this down like that, and then we can snip the ends off. Right, I've got my glue gun. I'm going to add just a little bit to there. Like that. Oops. Move that over a little bit. Oops. A little bit on there. I'm going to pop just in the middle, and then on the other side. Just need to be able to see one of the little holes. And then I'm going to take a picture of this that's on my wall, so you can see it on the wall hanging up. I will do that on the end of the video, so you can have a little peek and see what it's like. I'm going to just pick that off. Hanging on the wall. I do like it. Where's the other little hole? It's just there. Okay. I don't know. I think I haven't done it high enough. I should have gone on top of this one, I think. I'm going to take that. Oh, I can't take it off. It's going to rip. That's okay. No worries. That's good. That's fine. Let's just cut this down. Should I glue that? Let me just glue that here. Okay. Okay guys, you can see the mistakes that I make and rectify them. So some bits don't do what I've done. There we are. So that can stick on there. Yeah, this needed to be just a little bit higher, because I think I should have gone over that gap, but never mind. Off. Oh, how pretty is that? just so pretty, isn't it? Where's my frame? Where's the frame? Does that look good? Oh, that's so pretty. And that will just go on there, right? Lovely, 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 lovely. Going to, should I put this in the frame first? I should do, shouldn't I? Shall I? I wanted to put this on, but I also wanted to add a little bit of velvet around here. Do you think that will go on the top? That will go above it, won't it? So you can't really see it. I'm going to pop a little bit of velvet around here, actually. Let's take that off. Take that out of the way. I'm going to put that in the frame first, I think. And then I'm going to just put that round so we've covers up. This is quite nice. It's sort of like soldered on there, but it's got a little bit sort of verdigris green, but it doesn't really, I quite like that look, but it doesn't quite really go with the look that we are trying to make it sort of shabby, does it? So I'm going to put this around to make it look a little bit pretty. Let's cut that off. I'm going to just glue this little bit. Just stick that around like that. Stick that on. Again, this would look really pretty with some flowers in it, but I just don't have any pretty flowers. I'll show you the ones that I did. I did do a video for my members. I think it went out on Monday. To show you a few other different ideas. But look at that. That's just got a little bit of velvet on there. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? I'm just wondering whether I could put, maybe I could put that over there to cover that a little bit up. I could do that, couldn't I? That's lovely. I was just worried about this because if it's not quite, silly me, I should have gone above this piece. I've gone right along the line where I should have covered it up because it's just poking there. So I am, without covering my little holes up there, I'm going to just go along there like that. I think that will look really pretty. Okay, I'm going to do that. Let's pop a little bit of glue on the end. Just like that, stick that on. Like that. It's got to go above. Lovely, look at that. Does look like an Easter egg, doesn't it? Looks so pretty. Let's chop this a little bit off. Okay, fabulous, fabulous. Now, I think I do need to actually put it in here first, don't we? Going to be a tight, no, it's not too much of a tight squeeze, fits in there quite nicely. Push that down. I will tape the back. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look so pretty? And make sure there's no gaps, so it's quite tight in there. Let me just get something to push this. Actually, I'm glad I didn't make it smaller, because I think we'd have had a little gap. That's a really good tight fit in there. Make sure we push it right in. I could even pop little pins through to hold that on, to hold it in, couldn't I? Super duper. Right, let's do this. Doesn't look very round, but I don't suppose it really matters. Look, I've got glue on here. Does that matter? Let's clip that on. Let's pop that through the little holes and see. Can you see it just pops out the back like that? But I'm just wondering whether that will rip, whether I need to reinforce the back bit. Not that I'm going to put anything heavy in there, but I tell you what I was going to put in there, which I forgot. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller again. I was going to put some pearls in the bottom. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to just make this like that, just even smaller. Like that. Let's just see. Pull that on. That's better, because that's the gap. This little gap here, like that, is the gap that I've got on there in between these two. So that's what you want, just so that fits on there. That's better. That just fitted in there really nicely then. Fabulous. That's a lot tighter. Okay. Okie dokie do. Right. What I was going to do, because I've got these, and these were going to go in here like that, which I just think looks beautiful. But I didn't like the ends of the wires in there. I quite like the wires. I like these wires. But again, if you didn't like the wires, you could probably paint them or cover them with a little bit of ribbon or something, wrap some ribbon around them. But I'm quite liking the sort of like rustic look of the wire in there. But I was thinking, oh yes, I had these little pearlies I was going to put on there as well, which I might stick on there. I was going to have these little tiny little pearls in there. Oops. Like that. But I didn't quite have enough. So these would go in there, so the bottoms would be hidden by the pearls. Obviously, when it's on the wall, they're going to be like that, but I didn't quite have enough. So I found some other ones. I've got this little pot of pearls that I found on my shelf, actually. And I was just thinking maybe we could put those in there, because they're a little bit bigger. They're just sort of like little plastic ones. They're quite inexpensive. I wouldn't put expensive pearls in there. Okay, so sort of like that, and then when these go in, the bottom of it hopefully will be hidden, and I think that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Or you could pop in stuff into a little bit of fabric or a little bit of something in there, but I think that looks quite nice. But I'm quite liking the pearls. I think that's enough. I don't want to overdo it. Okay, and then, like I said, I was going to put one of these little little doodads on it. But we shall see, we shall see. I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this on. Through the hole. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop the stopper on in there, because as they're all going to fall out, aren't they? Put this piece of down just on there, just to put the bottle on. Oops. Okay guys, how am I going to do this? I need to bend those and hold it, so I'm gonna, not the easiest thing to do. I'm just worried about that card will rip. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna just push that back. Not like that. Maybe it's better without the frame. Let's just push that back like that. Take that over the top of that ribbon. What do you reckon? Sorry, there's a little fiddle because it's attached. Look at that. There we go. Is that wobbly? Wibbly wobbly? That's not bad, is it? Oh, I do like that. Now, I'm going to put that like that. I'm going to pop a little bit of tape. I will cover the back of this up. Ladies, I will. Because it looks messy. Now, for now, I'm going to get some of my tape. What should we cover the back up with? Not sure. I will find something. I'm going to hold that. Actually, a nice lace doily would look nice on the back. Okay, for now, I'm going to just do that. Oh, I do love this. Okay, I don't know how long we've been going for, but put this down again. That's going to go in. Push that in. Push that in like that. Turn it round. Oh, I love this. I think it's fabulous. Right, I need to prop it up on something. Let's put our little doilies there, just so I can prop it up a little bit. Take our little poppers out and pop these beautiful little embellishments in. Now I'm going to get the flowers. Wait a minute. I had these. Now these are little plasticky roses. Now I didn't like them because they looked really plastic. They looked really fake. But let's just take these out just to show you. That's what they would look like with sort of flowers in, which is very, very pretty, isn't it? But not what I wanted, because they were a little bit too plasticky. I just wanted something pretty. Now, I've got a bunch of these, but obviously you don't have to have so many. I'm going to just stand this up a second. Oh, I do love it. Just pop these in like that. Again, make smaller ones and bigger ones, and they don't have to all be the same height. You want some that are bigger and smaller. And then these little dangly bits. I'll show you when it's obviously up on a wall, because these will, if you can see, they will hang out a little bit more. But I'm just loving that. Oh God, have I got glue in there? Oh no, that's a bit of a, that's the inside of a pearl. I will give that a wiggly woggle around. But fabulous. I love it. Now again, mine's not majorly shabby, so you could add a lot more lace to it. You could probably have a little bow coming off here as well, which I don't have. Do I have anything? Josh and me, you could have like a sort of doily bow hanging off the bottom like that. Can you see? Just a little bow. You could make yourself a little bow, but I don't have anything to make a bow. We need a nice big piece of fabric on there, but do you know what I mean? Suppose you could use a little sort of doily hanging off, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's up to you how you embellish it, but I just think love it. Love, love, love. Again, if you've got pearl necklaces, you can just hang them from the sides. You can hang it so it hangs a little bit off the bottom like that, a little more. It depends how shabby you want it to look. So you could have lots of sort of like pearls hanging off it and little bits of lace and doilies like that coming down, and a little bit more pearl, so you can just, you know, embellish it how you like. But I'm going to leave mine just like that because I think that will just look so pretty on the wall. So guys, I'm going to leave it there because I think we've been a little while videoing today, and I'm loving it. So I will take some pictures on the thing. I will definitely cover the back, not quite sure with what, but next time you see it, I will show you in our next video, the next shabby video, how I have covered the back. I will probably, I don't want to get it all caught up, I'll probably go around with a little bit of this tape around the outside like that, and put something in the middle, but I will definitely cover it up because I know you ladies like me to finish it off properly. I know, I don't want to cause you stress by not finishing it off properly, because I'm going to do my boxes and I'll show you all the things that I finished off in the next shabby video. But I hope you like it. I hope you will give it a go. Again, if you wanted to make it a little bit easier, just put one fabric on the back like that and make it a little bit easier. But I just love this little bit of lace, these little dingly dangly bits, and the pearls in there. So there we go, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.